Hello everybody, this is Mike from Mike Badinger YouTube channel, and I'm a music teacher. One of my younger little girls, she's only 8 years old, she comes in and she wanted to try the drums, and look what she did. She broke the bass drum head. So here's what you do. Here's how you change a bass drum head, the beater side, okay? The first thing you gotta do is get all these lug nuts off, and you just got to loosen them a little bit with a drum key. And if you don't have a drum key, you might be able to use a socket set. But anyway, I put this in fast motion so you could see what was going on. Now this is kind of scary because when you take these rings off, you never know what can gather in there. It gets kind of scary in there, and you just never know what you could find under the rim of a bass drum. Well, okay. I guess that was a little too dramatic, but anyway, you got to clean off all the dirt that gathers under there, get it all out of there. I just used a paper towel. You can use whatever you want. Probably a cloth towel would be best. And you want to make sure you clean off that rim also. Some rims are different than others. Some are smooth on both sides. Some have a sharper edge on one side or the other. This one has a sharper edge on one side, and that's the side you want to get touching the head when you put it back on. I'll show you. You'll see it coming up here. So once you get everything cleaned off pretty good, you want to make sure that rim doesn't have any rough edges or anything. If it does, you can kind of sandpaper it off a little. You put your head on there, make sure it goes on nice and smooth, nothing's hanging up on anything. Kind of center it the way you want. Just so you know, I didn't get paid anything from Pearl Drum Company to do this, but if they want to send me a check, that wouldn't hurt. Anyway, you get that back on, and then you put the rim on top, and you kind of put your weight on there just a little bit to make sure it's flush and make sure everything's going to sit just right. Line up all your lugs one more time. And then what you're going to do is you're going to actually use your fingers at first, no drum key. And they're going to go across. You'll notice I go from that side. Once I get them all laid out here, I'm going to use my fingers, just two fingers, one in each hand, and you just tighten them up just with the strength of your fingers at first, just to lay it on there just right. Line it all up, push it down just a little bit. Now you're going to go from one to the other side, so directly across. From that one, directly across. See, I'm reaching across, then I switch to the next ones. Now they're directly across. Tighten them up just with my fingers, just snug with my fingers. No drum key, no wrench or anything. Snug that one up. I got this in fast motion, just, keep it interesting for you. It does take a while. You want to give yourself plenty of time. You don't want to be in a big hurry. You want to get this all put on there correctly, so it's nice and even, tension all the way around. Sometimes people put a piece of felt on the inside. This time we're going to use a pillow. Now you go all the way around with both hands, because your right hand, if you're right-handed, is stronger. So you want to go all the way around with both hands on either side of the drum to make sure it works out nice and even. Now you want to try it out, see what you got here. Sounds pretty good. Okay, now you can see that it's just putting it on there quickly. It already sounds really good because the way they make these drum heads, they're real easy to tune. Now you want to go across again. Once you get everything set evenly all the way across, you go across with your drum key now, and you turn it 2 times. Watch, 1, 2. Other side, 1, There it is. 1, 2. See, right straight across. Okay, now you got those 4. Now you got the other 4 to do. You go 1, 2. Same thing. You want to make sure they're snug at first. That's like starting point. So they're all snug with your fingers. And then 1, 2. Across. 1, 2. And there's 2 more to do. 1, 2. That one was a little tight. Next one is 1, 2. 1, 2. Now it's nice and even, straight across. It sounds really good here. It also has nice bounce too, which is really important. You want to have that rebound for your bass drum batter. The beater should bounce right off of that. Put your pillow inside, and that dampens the sound to keep it from ringing so much. Eliminates all that ring. Oh yeah. Now it's actually starting to make the tom-tom ring, so I move that out of the way and then that stops. Nice solid sound, but there's only one way to really test it. And so let's give it a shot and see how it sounds.